Guys, we're going to get started. Was the meeting posted?
Yes.
Okay. First on the agenda.
Commission will now take up the matter of applications for public amusement. An event scheduled at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Thomas McKay, Mill City Management, Inc. Colleen McDonald is the representative. This is a concert scheduled with Jesse McCartney and Jordan Sparks for Wednesday, August 20th, 2008, from 7:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Also for Songus Arena, Robert Fody is the staff accountant, SMG Pauley Songus Arena. There is the Quilt Festival scheduled for Thursday, August 7th, Friday, August 8th, Saturday, August 9th, 2008. The hours would be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. for each date. This will be sponsored by the New England Quilt Museum. Also, there is a concert with the name Boys Like Girls and Good Charlotte. That is scheduled for Friday, August 15, 2008, from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight. The promoter is Mass Concert and SMG.
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Carleen McDonald.
Robert Fody.
Okay. Who's Jesse McCarthy?
It's one of those Disney from
One of the what?
from the Disney Channel.
Oh, it's a
He's
Disney
a singer.
thing.
He's a singer, and Jordan Sparks is an American Idol.
Is that the one with the guitar that sings all those crazy songs?
Probably. The fan base is all 13-year-old screaming girls, so.
Oh, I don't think you. Yes. Take it.
I'll let it go with good luck with the audience on that.
Thanks.
Huh?
All right, I'll make a motion to approve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Quilt Festival, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Make a motion, they're approved.
Yep. Second.
All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you.
Next on the agenda.
Commission will now take up application for a special one-day license to sell dispense alcoholic beverages for all alcoholic beverages. Leo Silver of the Holy Ghost Society for an event at Holy Ghost Park, 65 Village Street. This will be Sunday, August 3rd, 2008, from 12 noon to 10 p.m. A picnic by the Portuguese American Center. Also for application for a malt beverage and wine only, or either one, James A. Buxton of the Drake It Rotary Club, Inc., for Saturday, September 27, 2008, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., this being the third annual Autumn Wine Festival, to be held at the Wanalancet Mill Complex at 600 Suffolk Street.
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Leo Silva, Holy Ghost Society.
James Buxton.
Okay, I'm gonna, I'm just gonna make it known that I belong to the, not Drake It, but the Lowell Rotary. But with only two of us here, I think I can vote on this. They they go around in circles, right? Rotary Club? Right. That's what they do? Okay, that was what I thought. I'd like to make a motion to grant Mr. Buxton's license to Drake It Rotary Club. I want to talk to Mr. Silver. I don't want to hold him up, if I can help it. So,
I'll second the motion.
all right, motion for the license for James A. Buxton for the Drake It Rotary. Made and seconded. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. You're all set, sir. Hope you make $1 million. Leo, did you get a copy of the letter from, we had a letter from a resident of Lowell that lived like a mile away that was complaining about the sound?
No, sir, I did
And
not
I
get
don't
that
think
letter.
he didn't get a, do we have a copy of that here? If we don't, it's not a problem. Okay. We received a letter, a gentleman who claimed he lives some 1 mile away. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that the noise was overbearing. Okay? We did check with the police department to find out if they had gotten a lot of calls that night about the noise, and they didn't. So that's in your favor, I guess. I would trust that, do you still use the sound meter? Do you know?
Yes,
You take the policeman out and everything?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's important that you keep some kind of a little record. Mm-hmm. Just because we don't want them, folks who, say, oh, well, you hired the policeman, so he's going to say what you want to say. I mean, no, you'd be amazed. I think the captain
I-
will
I-
bear me out. People are cruel.
understand,
They-
sir, I understand.
You know, this is the way they look at it. Or the policeman, all the money he's making, he's not going to complain. Well, he'd probably rather be home with his family, in a quiet evening watching the baseball game. But you know what? He's like us other people, and he's out there trying to put food on the table, trying to earn a living, trying to survive in a, economy that's become a tough economy. So, I think myself, and did you attend the seminar that Chief LaValle ran?
No, sir, I did not have a
Okay,
chance. I wasn't
the
here.
one thing that came out of that seminar that I thought was so important, that everybody who has a liquor license should learn, was they all said, everybody, all the different speakers and the investigators, they all said, keep a daily log, keep a log of what's going on. When there's a problem, make sure you enter it in the log. I hired a policeman, it was Officer so-and-so, he came at such and such. This was a wedding, whatever was going on. At such and such a time, we went out together, Mr. So-and-so and the police walked to the end of the parking lot, so that later on, when you do get a complaint, you can come in with the thing and say, well, you know what? This is what happened. This was the time. This was the policeman who went with us out there. I showed him the meter, and, I'm not saying that you're infallible or I'm just saying that you at least get a track record so that people know. I mean, the park has been, I compliment you, I compliment the board of directors. You've done a wonderful job, but we haven't had anywhere near the amount of complaints. The problem is that, you get one, and you got to start to be careful right away, because you know yourself. You get one, and all of a sudden,
Most definitely, sir.
5 or 6 of them are going to jump on the bandwagon, So that's my only reason for holding you up, sir, was I wanted to make sure you understood that, you need to keep some type of a record so that there's no question, okay?
Most definitely.
All
If I
right.
may, sir,
Ray, anything you'd like to?
No, I mean, I would just add, again, the recommendation to keep a record is really for the protection of your own,
definitely.
because we have seen an increase in the number of noise complaints that are being sent to us at the License Commission. So we've gotten them, and we've gotten them from all over the city. We've gotten people complaining about the baseball games being too loud, whether they're over there or whether they're downtown, So we've seen a little bit more activism among the communities as far as complaining with noise. So please, if you're going to keep records, they're for your own benefit.
Most definitely, sir. If I may, for the record, sir, if you don't mind, on the police officers, they are the first ones to tell us, let's bring the noise level down.
Sure.
So I don't care if we're paying them or if we're not paying, they're there and they're doing a job.
Well, that's good.
And they're
doing
coming
their
up to
job.
us and saying sometimes, and I'm always there, and they say, Leo, let's bring the sound down a little
Yep.
bit, and we'll do that. Another thing is, sir, just so for the record, so people will know, and the people at Lowell that are hearing this, we take our jobs there very seriously, and we've been improving that, as you know.
Right.
Also, we used to rent a house to other people, and these people were so different that we stopped renting the house to them. They don't show up until 10 o'clock at night, and from 10 to 1, we make $5,000 at the bar. So that should tell you what we did, what they do and what type of drinking they do, and we stopped that. Now, they came back to rent a house from us, and we said, no, we cannot do that. I'm not going to put myself on that liability for that. And we're
Smart thinking.
just trying to give you some heads up on what we're doing and trying to improve the house and to stop the calls. But I will look into that, and if I could have a copy of that letter, I would really appreciate it, because I would like to know what day that was, if it's possible,
All right.
if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Well, I'll
Thank
make the
you.
motion to go
Thank
ahead
you.
and approve the license.
Motion made to go ahead and approve the license. I'll second it. All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you very much for your time.
Next on the agenda.
Commission will now take up matters to do with amplification of outdoor public entertainment. First being Adriana DeStefano of Cafe Paradiso for soloists with sound system for Saturday, July 26, 2008, from after 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. The event is in conjunction with the Lowell Folk Festival to take place in an enclosed outdoor area on Palmer Street at the corner of Middle Street. Also, Fairleigh Corp. of Lowell, Inc., Chris Locapo, President, 276-280 Central Street, for Friday, July 25th, Saturday, July 26, 2008, from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight each date, a band with sound system in the courtyard space in front of the restaurant at Central Street.
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Adrian DiStefano at Cafe Paradiso.
Okay.
From the courtyard.
Okay. Okay, is there, on this is the floor plan?
This is the existing outside area for the
Right.
sidewalk seating. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this was possibly an extension out here for an additional several tables
Right.
for non-alcohol.
Okay.
And, but if the street is gonna be closed at Palmer Street, which I believe it will be because across the street, Fortunato's has a one-day license for the 3 dates.
Right.
To extend their sidewalk seating in the public way, the street. Cafe Paradiso would probably have some space as well. In any event, there would be outside amplification for Cafe Paradiso if you approve that permit application.
Okay. Do they need to get a permit for this?
The extension on there is included in this is the insurance. There is no, the license commission is not in a position to extend anything of the public way. It's simply a matter of the city council, if it does it by way of license agreement,
Yeah.
or by way of the Lowell police closing off certain public areas for pedestrian or motor vehicle traffic, whether that would be permissible condition.
Okay. Has she got a space out in there for, that she can serve, part of hers, that, for alcohol?
That, where you see
Where the street's
image
going?
of those tables,
Yeah, that's,
the outside license.
okay. Now, the one across the street's going out into the street?
So the Fortunatos has an existing sidewalk seating license.
Right.
But in addition, presumably the street is closed down, they would have the alcohol for in the street. That's the only license that's included.
Right. But this one, but Adriano doesn't have it for in the public way.
She has no additional request for alcohol.
Okay.
This is just for an outdoor application. Now, let me ask, has this all been coordinated?
This has been, yeah.
Has it all been coordinated and deconflicted with, remember
Well-
we had that big issue last,
It is apparently, in recent events, apparently when it gets very congested, it's not uncommon for patrons take it upon themselves to sit in that area that's not part of the licensed premises with a drink in hand, alcohol and drink in hand. And it was pointed out to me by the special events coordinator earlier today that that's a concern that the police and special events coordinator will have
Yeah. They go beyond.
if there are tables beyond the existing site.
Right. Okay.
well, but this is, we're only considering an application for amplified public entertainment.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
but, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to
We're
figure
just
out,
trying to figure this out.
where is the enclosed area on this map where they're looking for outdoor amplification?
They're looking for this here. Doesn't
Okay.
exist.
Okay,
This is their licensed area, right?
right. I'm familiar with the establishment, so,
One of the problems for the License Commission in this situation is the section of the street
okay.
is yet to be defined.
Oh,
And that's where you're kind of, you're
Well,
hanging on something.
I'm also, my other concern is just at the last meeting, just a couple of weeks ago, we had a big issue with deconflicting everybody else that had outdoor amplification.
Right.
I
There's
wanna make
nothing
su-
across the street.
Has that already been deconflicted through the coordinator that was, who did we have in here last?
The emphasis on the amplification is that in the policy of the License Commission, it's been noted on each amplification permit issue.
Right.
Is that the, it's not in any way, shape, or form conflict with assumption is that after 6 PM, the nearest outdoor music venue is the Market Street Stage.
Right.
And that, on Saturday evening, should come to a conclusion on their scheduled entertainment by 6 PM or thereabouts. Speaking with Adriana this morning, she is willing to concede anything as far as the timing in which her entertainment would start up. As far as if it's, for example, the stage on Market Street is extended, say another half hour, to an hour, whatever the circumstances are, then she's to restrain any amplification in that sense.
Have you, Deanna, have you attended the meetings for the folk festival that the merchants have had? They've had a series of meetings.
Yes, they have a
about this.
series. As a matter of fact, I just spoke with Andy Senonge
Okay.
and Chris Damaris.
They tell me that you want to extend this area to the end of the building. You're going to add some tables and chairs in here.
No, I'm not adding any table. What I'm doing is I'm adding 2 or 3 tables so I can sell panini sandwiches. No seating at all whatsoever. The seating will be done within the area that I
Within
already
your
have.
licensed area?
Exactly.
Okay. Then there's going to be nobody eating in that section if you put
No,
out there?
no,
Okay.
no.
That's
Just
all
a
my concern.
table so I can
That's no
sell
problem at all.
panini sandwiches and whatever.
That's no problem at all. You need to make sure, that this is posted so that a police officer will know exactly what area you're allowed to be in. I guess they haven't defined the street area yet?
Yes, they have, this
They have.
afternoon, 10 minutes before I came up here, Andy
Okay.
have already
Well,
defined the area where I
Whatever
can
your
go.
area is, right beside your cash register outside, you're supposed to display a sketch. It can be this,
The sketch of
and
the
your
seating
license
arrangements
of
and
where.
everything
So
else,
if a
yeah.
police officer comes up, and on this area here, I would put in red or something so everybody would know, strictly for sale, there'll be no eating in this area.
Right.
I was concerned because I think that's an unrealistic thing to expect the police to be able to walk down the street and know that those 4 tables or 5 tables can have food and adult beverages.
Right.
And these can't, and like who's gonna stand there, you know what I mean?
No,
So I
the
think that's a-
tables that they're there are only to put
Okay.
food on it. There are
Okay.
no chairs,
Now,
nothing at
have
all.
you talked to the folks across the street? Are they having any outside?
Andy Senonge, and I do believe they have gone out for extension.
No,
On the street.
No,
I
I'm
think the
talking about,
concern is
have you
just
talked about,
deconflicting any-
right,
we're just
conflicting
looking-
sound?
Right.
Is what's the one across us? Fortunato's.
Fortunatos.
Are they having any outdoor music or amplified sound?
As far as I know, they told me no, but then I don't know whether they came up for requests or not.
But have you talked to them? Have you met with them?
I met with them, yes. They said no to me.
Okay,
Okay.
they didn't, okay.
Okay, so.
We just, 2 of them on either side of the street. Again,
If I do anything, we usually share.
okay, all right. Then I don't
know
have a
there's-
problem with
I was
that,
gonna say, I know there's one group that's doing
the same thing.
edutainment down the street from you.
I don't know what Nick has proposed, what he does.
No,
I have
no,
no idea.
no,
Is that the
down-
one we're talking about?
Down the other
Market
direction.
Street?
Uh,
I spoke
down
with
Palmer.
Andy Senonge, and I believe it ends at 5:15. And it has been
Okay.
publicized, so the event, the musical events for the Folk Festival,
No.
Market Street Stage,
Second World?
ends at 5:15.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, that's what I was, yeah.
Okay.
That'll be far enough away, yeah. All right.
all right. And I guess the dumb question is, why didn't you make the meeting last month, the last meeting with everybody else?
While my father was having a blood transfusion, I could make it.
Okay. Chris, you were here at the last meeting.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you get your license then?
I think in fairness, he came very late because he was coming in off an emergency, so. If I
Okay,
recall, we actually waited.
okay. I'm just trying to, I think that what we need to do here is, this is all concentrated in one area in downtown Lowell, and I think, you know, when we have that, hopefully we can establish that there'll be like an official meeting, so everybody that's involved knows what everybody else is saying, and so hopefully, you know, we all,
I think, I think the reason why, if I'm not mistaken with the conversation I had with Mr. Nguyen, is that I am not really part of that downtown area. I'm kind of over there, so it was.
Well, you got
we'll deal with yours another time, let all the folk.
yeah, but you got Cappy's Copper Kettle, you got Majors, you've got, what's the other, there's another one on Central Street,
Sangrias.
okay? Everybody needs to be on the same page. You know, you're a part of the community, everybody needs to be on, you've got the worst of the worst, you got, you know, forgetting everything, and you say they had no competition whatsoever, okay? You still have the folks that live in the downtown area. And so we need to make sure that, you know, everybody's there. So, you know, common sense prevails, you're hiring a band, make sure that, you know, they don't crank it, because if they do, we're gonna have a long memory, a long one. Okay? With that, you got anything else you can think of?
No, with that, I'd say that everything's good. I've, you know, heard your outdoor entertainment in the past. It's never really been a noise complaint. I was by your place for the last fundraiser. There were no complaints that I've received. Everything was really good. So, you know, just please be considerate of your neighbors. Please don't conflict with anything that's scheduled entertainment. But with that, I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve.
I'll second it. All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you.
All set. Next on the agenda.
Commission will now take up matters to do with applications for sidewalk stand permits, starting with Say LLC, Faith Chatran for 177 Merrimack Street for the Folk Festival weekend starting July 25th, 26th, 27th, 2008. Also, La Boniche Inc., Anna Omieni of 143 Merrimack Street for Saturday, July 26th, 2008. Mr. Chairman, each business has their liability insurance with the city as being co-insured.
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Mr. Chairman, George Cielides Jr., 133 Market Street, Lowell. I was going to suggest, I represent these folks. They are later applicants for a beer and malt beverage application, and they're brand new, and I thought maybe we could do the two together instead of reintroducing the whole thing. It's up to the board. They don't even have a license yet, but and they haven't even started. They're hoping tomorrow to open for the first time for business, and one of the things they want to do is be open for the festival. So that's fine if you want to just go through for the stand and then go the license later, or we could handle the two together later, whichever is more convenient for the board.
It'll be more convenient for us if we did them in steps, just because we're just doing the outside stands right now, and then we'll get to that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay, so if you could introduce yourself for the record, please.
Faith Chatran.
Okay.
Faith Chatran, say. Anna Omieni from La Boniche Restaurant.
Okay. And this is for sidewalk stands. All right. Have you attended the meetings downtown?
I have not.
Okay. So that's why, like I say, what we got to do in the future is to establish some kind of a. All right. Most of them met the last meeting that we had. On your stand, you can only sell items that you sell in your store. Okay? That's a rule of the Folk Festival, not the licensing, but you should know that because the police officers know that. You can only sell what you sell in your store. All right? Number two, you must, if you're granted this license, you must display this license along with a pencil drawing or a ballpoint pen drawing. You do not have to hire an architect, but you must draw some type of a little drawing and have it right beside your license, clearly defining the area that you're licensed to be in, which is usually your storefront from the beginning to the end, okay? You got something? I didn't know you were going for the mic. I thought maybe I was forgetting something. Okay. You know, that being said, as long as those things, so that the police officers in downtown Lowell, they are not going to be referees or anything. They should be able to walk up to your place, know exactly what you're licensed for, excuse me, know exactly the area that you should be in. You can't block the sidewalk. You must leave a minimum of 4 feet from the curb to your stand for people to be able to access the sidewalk. Commissioner.
I have nothing to add. I'll just
What?
go ahead and I'll make the motion to go ahead and grant them. You know, I hope everything goes well. I'm glad that you're gonna be open. You know, like I tell any business, what you do downtown contributes to downtown. It contributes to the entire city and the region as well. So I hope everything goes well for you.
Motion made, I'll second it. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Okay? Next on the agenda. Where's the... Why don't you introduce yourself for the record?
I'm Elizabeth Silver from Silver's Mini Market. Yes,
Could you bring it up, please?
I gave it to Ryan. You don't have the,
We probably have it. I took half the papers home the last meeting. Okay. Okay. It's all right. Okay. All right, just stay right here, stay right here. Okay,
Well, I'll just introduce the subject. if I
yeah,
may. Okay.
she did, didn't you?
No.
Yeah,
yeah, he asked.
okay.
Well, this is in regards to her business, Silva's Mini Market at 50 Perry Street.
This is where you are now,
That's correct.
and this is the main structure, you're saying. So you're adding this piece on?
No.
No. Yep,
This is the opening of the door on the bottom.
which is right here?
Right here.
This is the street right
This is the street, correct.
Okay.
This is the area that I have put in here.
Yeah,
So
okay.
then- Right, so then we're putting the new walls up because, they foresee we're gonna have problems once we, try to move the roof up more, the ceiling, because they're putting in the new AC, the ventilation and all of that. They're foreseeing that this wall and maybe this on the side may cave in.
Yeah,
So before we do have problems,
yeah,
they decided, well, my husband and I, and obviously the architect, decided that it would be better if we put, since we're already doing it, redo the whole walls. And so at that time, that's when I decided, instead of having our storage all on top, just have it down here. So that's why I added a,
basement. Cooler.
You're gonna extend the
cooler
wall
and
out.
extend for the deliveries
So this is your current wall.
instead of
and what
having
you're
it
gonna do
on the side.
is you wanna move it out.
They're moving it out from here over,
Moving it out from here.
and then this is gonna be a loading dock.
Correct.
Okay.
This is the same area
Yeah.
that we had stated on this old
Yeah.
one.
All right.
Where's the cooler?
The cooler base is walk-in cooler right here. So you see, the base would be out. Obviously the doors. I should add the doors just let them so you could see. So they'll open up the doors. All of the cooler would be on top of the outside where we're going.
Okay. Do they have to re-notify everybody?
No.
No?
And,
Okay.
you have 50 Perry Street, and it's 40 here. I just want you to be aware of that.
He just moved you. Save you from having to build a building.
Is that what it says, Ray?
Yeah, it should.
40?
it has a-
40.
It's just a misprint, it's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
nothing big.
Okay.
I do it all the time.
I'll make a motion.
I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure
Is
that was
it,
on record.
do you have a copy of this somewhere?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
It's upstairs.
it's where I want to, it's
Probably
where I
at
want to
Ray's
be
house.
right now.
Not a problem.
Probably it's Ray's house. He probably took it home.
Probably.
You wanna go for it?
Never find it.
Make a
Oh,
motion?
Yeah. All right. It's just really slight change up due to an architectural issue. I'm gonna make a motion to go ahead and approve the change.
Motion made, and I'll second it. All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay. Are all the abutters here?
Yes.
Okay.
Commission will now open a hearing on the application by Say LLC. Mark Caputo is the member for a malt beverage and wine packaged goods store license for premises at 177 Merrimack Street, an unnumbered door on the north side, retail floor space approximately 1,800 square feet. It is requested that Mark Caputo be approved as the manager of record for Say LLC.
Okay, introduce yourself for the record, please.
Mr. Chairman, George Cielides Jr., 133 Market Street, Lowell, and I represent the applicant this afternoon.
Okay,
Mark Caputo for Say LLC.
okay, all right. It's a public hearing. We'll get that part out of the way. Anybody here to speak in favor? In favor? In favor? That portion of the hearing's closed. Anybody to speak in opposition? In opposition? In opposition? That portion of the hearing is closed. Have we done a background check?
I believe there was a background check, and it would be appropriate for discussion in executive session in order to comply with other laws of the Commonwealth.
All right,
Okay.
I'll make a motion for executive session.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Commissioner Bayless?
Yes.
Commissioner Weicker?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
I know it's gotta be a
Okay.
roll call vote.
It's 20 minutes of 4. Somebody give me a time? 10 minutes?
10 minutes, 15 minutes in executive
Okay.
session, then
We'll reconvene at 5 minutes of. Okay.
Chairman, motion to reconvene.
Motion to reconvene.
Commissioner White. Second.
Yes, yes, okay. All right, okay.
Continuance, thank you. Thanks for
Okay,
the correction
motion-
on the continuance.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor, say yes. Yes. Yes,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
Just a couple of matters. Executive Secretary. Chairman, that communication, I had recent dealings with one of the business owners in downtown, Valerie Parker of the Second World at 172 Middle Street. She has been granted permits for the sidewalk stand license and also for amplification of sound permit in conjunction with this weekend's folk festival. Ms. Parker was, unfortunately, she was, because of my mistake in not issuing the proper license last year in 2007, it was done unwittingly on my part. The fact is that she was denied use of her permits granted by the licensing board for 2007, and that frustrated her very much so. And in any event, she's requesting, and I can understand perfectly well, a waiver of a fee for the sidewalk stand permit. There is no permit fee for the amplification of sound. So I try.
Second, all in favor, say yes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And also, this past week, a licensee, Wholesale of New England, Inc., Donald Yankovich is the president of the corporation, used car dealer licensee, has surrendered his Class II used car dealer's license for 101 Tanner Street. Apparently, his lease agreement expired, and he has no opportunity to renew that lease. And lastly, there is an application, a copy of which is before you, for the transfer of a restaurant liquor license, Jumbo Enterprises, Inc., transferring to the corporation known as the Old Place, Inc., for premises at 282, 284 Fletcher Street. A legal notice for publication will be for tomorrow's paper, July 25th, and the hearing for August 7th. Attorney James Flood is handling the application for the Old Place, Inc., and this is to remedy an issue which we had discussed previously on the status of the corporation Jumbo Enterprises, Inc.
What do you want us to do?
Just acknowledge it as...
Okay.
Is this car dealership gone out of business at 101 Tanner?
Mr. Yankovich had been licensed for a number of years. His interest, primarily for the Class II license, was to deal with the car auctions, to go to car auctions. I'm not so sure he was active in the sale to the public as far as the location is concerned. I checked the description of the premises. It has the 5,000 square feet, but apparently the landlord has seen fit not to renew his lease, and so he, of his own volition, came in with the license. I have it on the table across the way, in which he just is giving up the business, giving up the license.
No, I wanted to make sure that we weren't dealing with somebody who was in the business but trying to get out of the business quickly because they were facing a lawsuit or something.
Well,
Looking to have their bond taken, down.
that's a very possibility. I mean, that's a possibility. I haven't no reason to say one way or the other.
Okay.
So he can just accept it as surrendered for cancellation, and we'll cancel out.
Motion to accept it. That it?
That's all.
Okay. Anything you can think of, Captain?
No, nothing else.
Okay? Hopefully it's gonna be a nice weekend for the folk festival. Everybody's gonna play by the rules. But I would hope that, you would convey the message that those that don't, there's no need to argue. The police have the authority, just to close them down. I think that there's been a lot of effort made in trying to bring a level playing field to it. Everybody should be aware of having their outdoor area defined and their outdoor license displayed and everything. So, hopefully everything's gonna work out, yes.
I was just wanted to add one thing for the sake of the board, I'm
Yep.
sure, and Captain Webb and the solicitor, Brian Leahy. The License Commission and some of our business owners have taken the opportunity to set up a seating area outside. And the city has been kind enough to allow them to have a space on the public way, be that the sidewalk or the street, given if and when the street will be shut down at the time that's deemed appropriate by the Lowell Police Department. All the License Commission is doing is, need not tell you gentlemen, is that all you're granting is the use of alcohol beverages in a public place. There is a city ordinance which prohibits public drinking.
Right.
And all the License Commission is doing is saying, okay, for those business owners who have a certain clientele and they want to sit in this space that is reserved for them, the legal aspect of it is that they're being licensed to drink there.
Right.
The License Commission is not giving them the use of the public way. If the Lowell Police Department, if the Superintendent of Police decided that that was not appropriate for a given evening, and he didn't want the street to shut down, those licenses are null and void. They have no right to that use of that license or that location if the street.
And one of our concerns is, just to go that one step further, is they have a defined area that they're allowed to serve alcohol in, and they're supposed to control it.
If I hear you right, we're authorizing people or authorizing businesses to serve alcohol in an area if that business is authorized to use that area.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But our authorizing them to serve alcohol in that area does not authorize them to use the area. That comes from the actual city.
That's correct, and this is an issue that just came to the city's attention, going to make sure that everyone knows the procedure going forward. But right, the License Commission only handles the licensing of alcohol in that, and not.
But we have
Space
set
itself.
some, but in that case, we have set some restrictions that they can only go in the area that the city
Right.
has allowed
Right.
them to use, and they've got to maintain
Right,
that.
but the-
They
but
can't
the
be
License Commission is
letting people
not-
walk off with drinks and stuff.
Right, but the License Commission is not the authority that grants the use
That's
of the
right.
public way. Right,
We're on the same page.
right.
Right.
With that,
Now, with that, I hope the festival.
the sun will shine, everything will dry up, the humidity will get unbearable. What more do you want?
The sun will come out tomorrow.
I'll take a motion to adjourn. Hello? Seconded. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
See you tomorrow, Benjamin.